He knows the ins and outs of this team. My real question is the age gap, right? Darmu is significantly younger in comparison to MelQT. And MelQT, looking at his history, every single time he's put in a position where he needs to perform, that pressure makes him crumble.
Yeah, I think yesterday we all agreed that they needed to sub Darmu in, right? Because he has someone that hasn't been dealt a loss like this, comes in with a fresh mind, a clean slate, and from that very little sample size, he actually did phenomenally well against a team like SRG, only dying once towards the very end. But this is MelQT's redemption chance, right? If there's anything that he can prove, is that at least every single time they fought IG, when Mel is there, they won that series.
Let's see in the drafting phase whether or not they're going to try and take advantage of every little crevice, every little weakness. We can see our random map is maybe the early game actually is saved this time round, and hopefully this actually might work for IG.
I think it would work for Vamos, right? Because Vamos' strongest map is also Flying Clouds. And it's so true. Yesterday, before they even played the series, they won like, what, 8 out of 10 games? It is an incredibly positive stat for them. But we saw how Coach Arcadia sort of dealt with IG, and most teams have gone down that route, which is you have to take out 2 junglers, which are the Fanny and the YSS. It's always the third band that makes you guess, right? Where does the team want to go towards? And in this case, if there's anything we know about Vamos, is that they're very good at forcing out trades on Red side.
Okay, wait. So do you agree with this, Lafal? I'm already seeing the Fanny, the Yishin, they're getting taken out. Third band coming in is Harith for the side of IG. Is that the way to go? Do they have to double commit or maybe even triple commit onto Hazel?
I feel like for the first 2 games, they're going to commit to this unless IG shows anything else, right? Because we still don't know whether IG, so far in this playoff, it's either Boxia or the Hayabusa. Right? We've seen other heroes like, you know, Nolan, Suyo and such, but I don't know. I kind of feel like IG is going to play the first 2 games and they're going to force Vamos to either keep this ban or change it.
Keep this ban or change it.
This is also my force of Paquito first pick, right? Yeah. Paquito or Freya. There are 2 options that IG can go for.
I would go for Freya, honestly.
All of them are actually really, really good. I think there's some tough arguments here, but let's look at the fun facts. Number 1, Harith is the most successful hero in the playoffs right now at an 85.7% win rate. Can he keep that magic alive? Oh, a fun fact coming in from Vamos. Despite 6 appearances, Hylos remains winless in the playoff? Huh.
Here's the thing. I feel like Harith clearly S tier. I mean, like, I think he needs a bit more balancing to make sure that he's, you know, compatible with everyone else. But Hylos, he's usually when there's nothing left. Sure, there's 1 or 2 games where they pick in the first 3 picks, but it's usually like, okay, Kalya's been banned, you know, Gata's already been taken by the opponents, blah, blah, blah. All right, we just take a high loss.
Taking that high loss. I don't know. It's starting to look like maybe this could be a high loss game for Vamos. We already see the Zushin, we see the Claude on top of that. They're trying to discourage IG from going back into that Eve.
It could be a Moscow game too, right? Like they're also presenting the challenge to IG. We took the Claude, you ban a Harith. Do you want to take Mel's hero right now? We know the 3rd best hero. In fact, the hero that he has the most win rate on is Moskov, right? Yeah. It was like 10 out of 12 or 8 out of 10 games, but 80% win rate. So if you don't take the Moskov now, you might not have anything left, right? Clint is probably the 4th choice. They did win the Clint and the carry, but he hasn't shown that he has that clutch factor.
And now showing the Frederick. And here's the interesting thing. Hazel hasn't showed that yesterday.
He only showed the Boxia, right?
Yeah.
That's something they're trying to tech into right now. And this either, I mean, I feel like IG are trying to sell the fact, hey, we're going to play Freya in the gold lane. That might not necessarily be true. I don't see MelQT going into that direction.
I mean, here's the thing. When we have a Frederick as well as an Eve, I'm looking at 2 picks, either the Arlet or the carry, right? Carry makes it so that you're not touched, and Arlet is just a lot of combo potential.
Okay, the KNA special. What about you, Husky?
I think they need a traditional marksman. Like, I wouldn't put everything in the year 3 basket. I feel like, Vamos, sure, they're challenging it with a Paquito matchup, but there's just better answers on their end, right? If I have a Claude, my late game is secured. I think IG needs a traditional marksman. Instead of putting Freya on Melchior, I don't really trust him enough with that.
Yeah.
Give him the Moskov.
Honestly, with his position yesterday,
maybe.
Because people keep saying, you know what, he should use a tank in the gold lane.
Like Midnight said that. I think Midnight said he has the fighter spirit,
Oh, he does have that fighter spirit. I will admit, he does have that. I'm surprised that IG, though, are the ones banning out the Atlas this time around. It really goes to show that they might actually lean back into the Arlet alongside with the carry, like Mafel mentioned.
Boom, Moskov gone.
Moskov gone, like you mentioned as well, from the side of Vamos, who's really trying to like clamp down here. Let's make sure that Mel QT has to perform. He better be performing at the peak of his lifetime.
Because I would go as far as to say, if we look at the 6 playoff teams, I would rank Melqt lowest in the hierarchy of gold lanes.
Yeah.
Low Liao at least has a clutch factor, like Ruff has that as well. Both of them are coin flips. Chiku guys sort of above that, and then we have Natco and then Innocent, right? Melqt have yet to show that if a game goes haywire, he is that insurance policy. In fact, he's the one that forces IG to get an insurance policy.
By the way, you guys know Lightning McQueen, right?
Lightning McQueen?
Chow, yeah.
Yeah, Chow in cars. Does he have car insurance or life insurance?
It's life insurance.
So he doesn't need car insurance.
No.
Well, I mean, if in their world, everyone has a car, so he has life.
Not everyone is a car.
Medical checkups is just the cars going for servicing.
Yep.
It's a different logic there.
To the garage.
But I do think that not every one of them are cars.
So like when he changes.
What? What do you mean?
So when he
They're all
changes.
motorized vehicles.
Yeah, they're motorized vehicles, but I don't think everyone's a car.
Well,
There's
Buffalo
trucks.
tractors.
But-
They're-
Yeah, exactly. Cars,
basically a car.
It gives me the same energy as if my grandmother has wheels, she would be a bike.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Just because they have an engine and wheels doesn't make them cars.
Hey, you can identify
A bus and a car is different.
in this day and age. You can identify as whatever you want, as long as you get me to point A to point B. I ain't complaining. I got on the next to lock in here as we see Suyo as the final ban for IG's side. I'm actually okay with this. I feel like maybe they're trying to predict.
It's a good
that
takeaway,
IG
by the way.
Oh.
Imagine Gatot, Fredrin, Eve. Ooh, that's so...
I mean, it would have been nice, but I was thinking along the lines of maybe they get even dirtier. I wonder if they actually are thinking about adding on to like the healing meta on top of it.
Oh.
Right? Because you've already got if you have a brawling meta, I've noticed in a couple of games with the only exception being
Okay, here's the thing. If they're going for the healing meta, I don't think Kalia was banned, so Kalia is good.
that's the thing, but Gablet's on the other side.
Yeah, but what I want to see is carry Matilda.
Carry Matilda.
Or you can do what
With Fredrin, come on. With Freya,
And-
come on.
Oh, you've got Yves.
you can do what MSR Thailand did.
What?
The Florin.
The Florin. I don't. Okay.
I like Matilda better.
Here's the thing. Yeah, no. Here, I want to agree with you. I agree for the late game scaling, but I think that the early game suffers too much.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest problem, right? Because as soon as you hit level 4, sure, maybe you could like survive, but right now in the meta with so much burst, even with that mega heal, you gotta have some S tier picks on your side.
For me, it's just not cool.
It's just
It's
not,
just not.
I just want it to look cool, right?
We are Florin hated.
Yeah.
Screw Florin players.
Screw Florin. The cosplayers are okay.
Yeah, if they hover over a Florin cosplayer, it's gonna go bad so quickly. Oh boy. Well, at least we know that our head marshal is already on it. Riz will be making sure that everything is going to be secure. I would have liked to see what type of issue it was, whether it was a type 1, because God, if it was a type 3 issue, I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, but either way, I feel like there's a lot of roamers. That's pretty good still for IG. It's hard for them to mess it up, right? I think the Cho as well as Matilda works well with what IG usually do.
Whoa.
The Brody though. Now that's not super new.
Talk about wanting to win the lane hard.
But that didn't work out before. It was picked up before. I can't remember.
Was it
who.
Low Liao?
Was it Low?
No. SkyZ. SkyZ played.
Ah, right. Okay, you know what? Can't blame the guy. It's Flash.
I mean,
no?
they didn't win the game, but you like from a theoretical standpoint, like completely dumpsters Claw in the lane. Only in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah.
So what is this? Suyo's ban.
And out.
Hayabusa, Nolan,
Leomord.
Leomord, yes. Nolan.
Gaze. It is Nolan.
It's gaze.
Interesting. Oh boy, I don't know. I actually really like IG's draft.
Same.
I like how they do
I like
it.
it.
You know what? We're gonna win this lane. We're gonna win it hard, and we've also got Nova Escobar on an aggressive roamer.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like even yesterday against SRG, I liked most of IG's draft, but I'm looking at the execution. Of course, how could you beat this guy, the king of KDA?
Dude, was that the season 6 one?
Yeah.
I think that was the season 6.
It's like one of the.
Was that season 6?
Because that was the season they won.
Or is it
No,
like
they won
last-
season 3,
Right? They won season 3. Season 6 was
No,
EVOS,
season
right?
three was,
Or
different.
just,
Geekfam. Season 3, Geekfam won it, right? With Zorn and Jeb.
yeah. I think so.
With Fix, yeah.
Wait, I'm getting it all mixed up, but we're already heading into this best of 7 and the ticket to Paris. Going to be set up with this very first game.
But that jersey is not season 3. Season 3 is just a white jersey.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Hey,
we will get to the bottom of it in just a little bit.
Bernstein's very. What was it called again? Mandela effect.
But yeah, the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect. Oh, wait,
A bit
hold
wrong
on.
flying Cloud. Khalid pretty good at disruption. And
Oh,
that's
no, he's going to break this.
Aaron needs some help. Really needs some help from his teammates. And they finally arrive. So it slows down the just by a bit. But honestly, the most that Nova did is you sort of neutralize the clear speed, right? Because framing does take a bit more time, but Era is going to waste no time going for the counter jungle. If he gets this golem, which he eventually does,
Yeah.
it'll be great.
He used the retribution for it, so Hazel should be able to secure that one. So it's, just trade off trades, but I feel like they're both going to hit level 4 anyways for that turtle, and still. Actually, no. It could go either way because Fredrin, you can stay there, you can body block it for yourself, but the burst coming in from Nolan gives an unfair advantage.
Oh, didn't
my
buffer
God.
the attack. Pretty unfortunate.
I think that was a kill angle if you got the auto off, actually.
Yep.
That's so sad. Missed out an opportunity there. But it's okay. It did force Nako to not actually force himself to get a DHS early on. He has to respect this, opting to make sure that he's got tier 2 boots, and also making sure that he has Quantum charge on top of it all, really to stay healthy.
If I remember correctly, I think there's an upcoming update where they're like making it so that Brody is not super punished with attack speed items.
Really?
Yeah, like the percentage gets a little bit better. Like it's still not optimal, but okay, long story short, faster attack speed. Not like normal attack speed heroes, but like just a bit faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, Nako was able to take a recall, but Melqt stuck around to take the gold crab. So the trade-off is that he is going to have lower health pool if they do end up in a fight. But all eyes are going to be on this turtle. Arrow 4-4 doesn't really have much direction to go towards, so they are just going to do it in a very honest manner. Yetri in, but it's going to be Hazel that takes the turtle away. So DK pause to revitalize. Both teams disengage.
Good disengage from Vamos, actually, right? Making sure that at least Air 4-4 is pathing away. Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's RWM. He's trapped in the box. First blood. ZK overextends.
Yeah. Again, I feel like it's okay for Vamos to just play it slow, but at that point, I feel like Ziki was just trying to hold the river just a little bit more because going up against IG, especially with this kind of draft, you don't want to give them 100% river control. So he just tried to establish it for himself. It didn't work out, but I don't think it's that punishable, right? I just feel like try to win your EXP. If somebody's strong, you can still control the river and you won't get punished like that again.
I mean, it's like an unintentional cost, right? I get the mentality. Zekif is thinking like, I'm level 3. If he RWMs, I can't get out of this. But at the same time, why would you waste an entire RWM just for me? But then 4 people show up and it's like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yep. And the person who used the RWM got the first blood, so there's extra go into Suelo's pocket, and another little wandered, given over the IG.
Yeah, because right now, Zekiv and Glockun, they're glorified warders, right? They're just going to make sure they have all the vision in the world so that everyone knows where to path. Because this is one of those things when you're going up against a Fredrin, you're going up against a Boxia, you want picks like the Nolan, the Lance, anyone that can really invade, get a lot of camps for free. So they're basically just trying to macro it out by getting all the jungle.
Yep. They're trying to get this gold plate for Melqt to funnel the resource, but the backup did come on time with the help of ZK.
Oh, ZK
And even take the gold crab away. The good thing about Vamos is Clawkun's Jusin, right? Great against these tanks who just want to stay in the fight. They're going to try and pick up Hazel, and he's just gone. The Raiding Sandstorm doesn't do enough, and Nako comes in to join the fight. Melqt needs to flicker away. Valkyrie to send from Yetri as now comes to be the second layer of offense, but Team Vamos, they have that crowd control. Yetri commits for ZK, but he AOGs out, and Vamos walks away with 2.
really good stuff coming in from Vamos here. Unfortunately, it doesn't net them the turtle, but at the very least, the ideas are there. Subpot's got to leave the lane a little bit faster than Yan3 to make that impact, and he's even, whoa! He's going for the Heptasea's first item priority?
Yeah, I think it's good because he just deletes Mel or Suelo and it's good. Right now, what Vamos is showcasing is they're going to use their vision very, very well. They're going to set up ganks, and looks like Invictus, based on what happened yesterday, you're like, you know what, Mel, we're going to help you out alive.
Yep, and just make sure that he gets a hit, right? Even if you don't get the kill, you want to get a hit, and the best case scenario, you free him from that lane so that he can start participating in the skirmishes and really rack up the numbers.
Correction. Heptasea's was purchased by Era 404, which is very close to Subpot, so I made some assumptions. It looks like Subpot is actually going for a War Axe first item.
Interesting. I thought he would go for a Hunt Strike. But either ways, right now, IG should utilize having a Brody by focusing one lane and destroying everything on that lane as fast as possible, because the Claude, Nolan, and the Paquito.
The lesser map.
Suelo and Mel, I don't think they can survive that kind of onslaught, especially if they kill Hazel first.
You see, even Nova can soak up all the damage too. The lesser map you give to Vamos, the better it is. Your draft, right? You have the Khalid that can walk around, and not only that, Fredrin loves it when he gets to just walk into a bush and not die.
Yeah, I think the important thing is that Invictus recognize that it's Era 404 and Subpot who have the early to mid-game damage as of now. Natko, Zekif, and as well as Clawkun, all sort of situational. It's only if you're below half 50 HP should you be worried about, because everybody's got enough base health to tank it up.
Yeah. Nova can gladly take this trade. And now IG, this is going to be the one that might punish Vamos the most. Zekif, he's ready to die for this. The taunt into one more attack will do the job. No response there. They do lose Hazel in the process. Natko in with the Blazing Duet, the Torn Apart Memory, not in range, so Natko will get out, but the RWM traps them in the box. And unfortunately, Subpot will be the second victim. Double kill from MelQT.
I don't know. I don't... Because the trade here is that either Zekif gives up mid-tier 1 or they give up the turtle. He ended up saving the mid-tier 1, but this should technically be Invictus's free turtle, but it looks like Error on the opposite side are trying to stop him first.
Yeah. I feel like in that kind of fight, Vamos just... They weren't fully respecting the Eve because that RWM really destroyed their entire formation because they were able to get into the face of the damage dealers. But again, the shield coming in from the RWM and just stopping Arrow from exiting the fight long enough, that made it so that Vamos, it was a bit awkward. What Vamos wanted to do was go in and out, in and out, in and out, and then eventually chunk them down. But they couldn't do that with the RWM around.
The facilitator, which is Zekif, was also taken out, right? His AOG not in the fight. A couple of ingredients for Team Vamos that was lacking, and Natko gets jumped on it. And that's just Nova.
He's got some damage. He's got some real damage. If I remember, he's probably going to go... Oh, does not opt to go Thunderbell. He goes for Chastise Pauldron very early on. I love it because this is one of the few items that feel really good on a snowball. Natko put down a 1 HP.
This lane is only going to get harder.
I just don't want a no HP Claw behind my back with the Blazing Duet and then die. I've seen it twice. That's 2 more times than I thought I would see it. I don't want a third one.
Wait until Innocent does it, then it'll be cool.
Like, yeah. It's only a mistake because the guy died.
Yeah.
Innocent would have made an outplay.
It's the easiest way to get away with anything.
And now I don't want him to get a Claw so that I don't see it.
When he does it, the enemy gets spooked.
Oh boy.
Like for the sake of the other Claude users, because you know that that's going to get clipped.
It's going
right?
to get clipped, for sure. For sure. But now let's look at the macros. So far, in terms of the spread, this 2.4K lead from Invictus Gaming is being utilized very well. They're like they're not trying to overextend on a lot of the fights. They're just making sure that they can scale up to the right amount. But I think they kind of need to put their foot on the gas, right? I feel like the timers aren't going to line up correctly if they're not taking away these turrets.
Looking at Subpot, I don't think he wants to... He doesn't really want to be an assassin type that's 100% on air. He's going to be more of a bruiser, going for the War Axe, and looks like he's going to go for brute force. So he's just going to disrupt the fight. He's just going to stay in front as long as he can.
But it's not easy when MelQT already has a Malefic gun, and he's probably going to go Winds of Nature next. So the next question that Vamos needs to find an answer to is, how the hell do you get on MelQT?
I don't even know. I think they just need to recognize that...
AOG on him.
I mean,
he doesn't have a dash.
He does have Flicker,
He doesn't have a dash.
But he does have Suelo. Like your AOG, it's only part of the solution, right? It's too many
No,
problems.
honestly, there's plenty of ways. Even the Zushin can probably catch him.
That's true. If the Juicy can survive before getting deleted, right, to get the lantern stacks. There are some ideas, but it definitely comes at some risk, and Hazel in this case will not face any resistance taking this door. In fact, they're gonna go for the RWM into a direct engage. The entry from the side as well. Nova is safe. Zeke misses his ult, and now he's gonna be fed to the wolf. This Hazel with the kill, and the rest of Vamos sent packing.
Yeah, right now it looks like Arrow just cannot find an angle. And I gotta say, this game isn't super loud, but Suelo is actually, personally for me, is being the MVP here.
Oh yeah, no, these RWMs, these fast call RWMs, it's catching even me because again, it feels like it's such a mistake initially because it's so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And people don't feel like they're in the right place at the right time, but it's about getting these resources out for basically nothing, right? They got the Revitalize, they got the AOG out. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get some flickers if they catch others.
Yeah, that's bringing the demolition with just this MPL Brody. Even Zeke is gonna have problems stepping up now with how hard this Brody hits. And it's also a problem for Clarkun's Jusin. If your front line can't stand there, it's very, very hard for you to consistently be effective. They do start a fight in the jungle. Suelo drops the RWM. He's just gonna fully send it. No one is there to stop him. Clarkun disengages. Subbat comes in and finally gets a punish. Arrow 4-4 from the flank, but they smell that from a mile away. Is Yetri on the case? Subbat goes down. Double for Mel.
Okay, you know what? Mel really is trying to redeem himself because even though he was basically cornered on both sides, he was able to survive. And this guy doesn't have a dash. Well, kind of a dash, but it's like a risky one. He just kisses you.
Yeah, it's a somersault, no?
Does a cool kick flip off of you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be looking at an instant replay here. And again, the fight starts off with the RWM. And all the while, Subbat try to get onto Mel. Beautiful flicker to avoid that. And then they try to scissor him in. But again, Yetri, Suelo, as well as Nova, they're creating quite a good box around Mel just to make sure that no one gets close enough.
If we're talking about like the box of influence, as most people like to call it, I think that Invictus Gaming understand that a lot of it just is let Suelo start the initiation, right? We don't need too much else. We just want to get the response out of Vamos, and then we can just keep fighting afterwards.
And not to mention Hazel's 3-man energy eruption, right? And that also kept Vamos in place. It's pretty hard for Vamos to cut through just the front line itself. And then you still have to deal with this artillery from MelQT.
Honestly, yeah, it's been a long time, but Eve Fredrin is so disgusting because one of the counters is the Claw, but then the Fredrin kind of deals the Claw. It's kind of like whatever weakness Fredrin has, Eve supplements it, and then whatever weakness Eve has, you know, Fredrin supplements it. Who knew a 200-centimeter guy and a cosmic being is a match made in heaven?
Oh no!
Or hell, depends on which one you prefer.
Look, this is a very diverse
Probably
lineup,
heaven.
right? You have guys, you have gals,
Yeah.
you have
Celestial
tall, you have
beings.
celestial beings, you have tall people, short people.
Brody's arm is cursed or something. And it's like,
you have bright-skinned people and darker-skinned people. This is everything, you know?
you got a
Range,
BB
melee,
there.
Magic, classic weapons, Greek gods.
Someone just comes in and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
You would imagine
This is the modern movie cast, by the way. This is what Hollywood envisioned how movies would be.
Okay, I would say that's pretty accurate because okay, no ult there, no Raging Sandstorm for the upcoming fight, and I think this is where Vamos start to take space here.
Yetri is in the flank, and they do see him. And that, his presence is enough to pose a threat. Zeke from behind, trying to look for Suelo. They're trying to burst him out. Suelo is gone! This is what Vamos is good at, to find these nooks and credits, and MelQT is going to be the main course, and they have just found it. Wisdom Nature, not enough to keep it alive. It does, a quantum charge! Last second, Nako really wants it and gets the shutdown. Now Nako out of the fight and is Vamos' way back.
Yo, shout out to Zeke, man. That was sneaky.
That was a good engage. Really, really good engagement. They get a 2 for 3 in favor of Vamos, and now this is going to be the Lord of that one fight. What a confusing puzzle to deal with, man. They are playing very real checkers here.
Over here, we got to look at the instant replay. And I think what Vamos is doing is like, they're showing error, they're showing Subba. I mean, like, where are the flankers? Psych is the Goddamn catcher, right? It's smoke and mirrors, and it really made Invictus panic, right? They made it so that we don't know what's going on. We're just going to press buttons and hope it works out.
And they don't have the AOG, so Zeke so Nova, not AOG, the Raging Sandstorm. So Nova can't really have that door stop, right? You can't really ult someone to break the tempo. And now Vamos just like that, strong a 4K gold deficit around. And Nova Escobar forced to use the quick send guard to keep himself alive. But that dome, Sand, you can only keep him up for so long. Vamos, just like the games that we've seen them play before, gets their way back into the game with just one good fight.
Really good fight, as a matter of fact. And this is why I was thinking that maybe Invictus needed to kind of hurry up on these outer tier turrets, man. Like, Brody can only do so much and isn't exactly known for hard scaling compared to, like, Claude.
Yeah. I like that. Yes, Invictus kind of made a mistake by not hurrying it up, but at the same time, it's more on Vamos outplaying. So it's really refreshing, but for Invictus, it's not completely over just yet because you just need one good fight and some minions, and Brody can destroy the base super, super fast. But you can already see the problem in protecting this guy. There's just too many ways for people to get him. But I think the first step is actually just to ignore Mel. Mel, you kind of have to defend yourself. We got to take care of Suelo. As long as Suelo is in the fight, they'll figure a way.
He is doing too much damage, man. Too much. He's only got 3 items complete so far, and I think he's on his way. Potentially. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh!
Again, the AOG decided to connect, but Suelo assassinated again. Played by the poke. And to what Team Vamos needs to win this, he actually can only do so much. Try to wail away the members of Team Vamos, but has to disengage.
Yo, Suelo, man, like, again, it's not super his fault. It's just that Vamos realized, like, Mel is not the guy that we need right now. He's just a device. I don't know, he's just diversion.
Senpai has to use the flicker to get out, but that's what's important in surviving. I mean, Suelo gets to decide. He gets to basically influence where you fight. And without him, there really isn't anything to stop you. And not just that, glowing one, there's a big chunk of damage taken out. A lot of that life bane also removed from the fight.
Okay, you know what? At this point, someone needs man-to-man defense on Zekif, because Zekif is the one enabling all of this.
Yep, this is 3 times that he is found. He got the flicker out of Suelo earlier, and then also got him killed for the next engage.
Man, this I don't think I've seen a Gathod use a conceal to get into a flank angle. I mean, the last time we saw it was from Witty, but that one didn't end well.
I still remember Zekif doing it on Badang, man. That was a sick play, and I think that he still has that, and he's really refined it because he's getting it off pretty consistently.
Gathod, Badang. I mean, Badang is understandable, but Gathod is something else.
Well, right now we can see that the Lord has been started up. We got to look at ZK's positioning, and look at Nova. I think Nova thinks that the flank is going to come from that angle, but Zekif is already showing his face here. It looks like Nova is just going to be clearing the way just to get level 15, but now he's level 15. Is he going to join the fight?
Even Suelo is scared to show himself. That's why Hazel has to clear the side pushes. But every time Suelo is on the map, he gets threatened by Zekif.
Oh, God, that is so scary, man.
It's going to be a slow burn on the Lord. The good thing is that as long as Suelo gets the free Void Blast, you do kind of shave away the tank HP. So they gotta keep him alive.
Yeah, but it's difficult. It's really, really difficult. And I can understand the problem that Vamos has. They've got a slow pushing wave on that top side now that it's been corrected by Nova Escobar, and now they have to like kind of dance around this Lord, but they don't have enough damage without Natco actively threatening it, and the same can be said about Invictus Gaming, right? Nobody can really rush unless both their damages are there.
And now they're doing it. They're gonna go for the rush. Falcon playing zoning duty, and Vamos, great housekeeping to get the objective. Their Valkyrie sent to the back line. Nako instantly to the back with Winter Crown blazing to win. MelQT wins the nation to get out. And that is what we've been talking about. The box of influence from Suelo. They lose the entry, but a taunt from Hazel keeps them alive. Flock one to the back as well. Hazel doing his absolute darnest to keep this game going. But Arrow 404 finds the angle that is needed. And there's no more left for IG. Another spectacular collapse from Vamos. And they have gotten this in the bag.
Woo! Error 404, that was clean. Waited in the bush until he got it. His Hepta C charge, enhanced auto, and goes right in for the cash.
Game numero uno for Vamos. And that is step 1 out of 4 to Paris.
But again, this is not something Vamos can celebrate. Number 1, it's a best of 7. Number 2, they have been reverse sweep before. This is just about IG getting as much information as they can. So, and again, we remember what Sapat said. They gotta pace themselves. They cannot go too much. And I think the game 1, this is the kind of energy that we're feeling, right?
Yep.
Macro, not too much fighting, just understanding your opponents. And I think both teams They understand that this is a marathon. This is not a sprint.
I think we got to pay close attention to the BPMs at the very least, just to know whether or not their heartbeats are going through the roof, whether they are expending that extra bit of energy. Based on what I've seen so far, it's slightly below their averages with a couple of moments, but man, great game so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first ever best of 7 for Area 404. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. First time eliminated in the playoffs, that's best of 3. Didn't really play last season. So yeah, I think it's his first best of 7. So it's going to be a true test of this young king.
Woo! This young kid is going to have a lot of work up on his hands. And trying to think, now that they kind of got the information that they are looking for as of right now, whether or not IG have something else in store, right? Because again, this is one of the few times we get to see something else in the gold lane. There's some logic behind it. Maybe it wasn't executed well in the mid game, but for the most part, the concepts were correct.
Yeah, I feel like it's not really a draft kind of thing. It's just a movement kind of thing. I feel like all the while, Coach Jess, as well as Coach Bam, was looking at the movement and be like, okay, you see this angle, you see this pathing, this is something you have to keep in mind.
I think it also came down to not which team made the mistake, but which team made the better play.
Yeah.
I think Vam was in that last fight. I really thought, Suelo got his RWM off. They should have a chance. But then you have people like Zkif, like Hawkun, like Nako, who are diving in and out of the fight. These hit and runs are actually slowly withering IG down.
And honestly, I kind of feel like this is going to be the battle of the roamers here because, again, both are eyeing for that #1 spot. Right now, it's all Humes, but these are the new generation. Now, here's what I have in mind, right? An upcoming match, maybe Nova needs a hero like a Marcel, like a Hilda, something that can man-to-man defense one person. And I think the person will change. It depends on draft. Either Error, either Supa, either Zkif. I feel like they need a man-to-man defense just to make sure no one gets to jump onto Suelo. And then either Hazel or Yetri has to be that peeler.
Okay. I'm starting to see the ideas here. I think maybe at the very beginning there was it was a lot easier for Nova to do it because he is on this Kali, but as the game goes by, it definitely got a lot harder to kind of maintain that. And the same can be said for Zkif. So I think here in game 1, we see a little bit of a reflection of it.
I feel like part of the problem that made it hard for him is both Zkif as well as Supat can cancel out the heal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think you need something that, kind of like a Hilda. Even if you do get CC a bit, it's not that big of a deal.
Not until and it's not the end of the world, essentially. Now, let's look at our key players of this game. Of course, Rich Guy going over to Era 404. Despite everything that happened in the early game, I would have thought that maybe he started to fall eventually off, but without aggressive movements from IG, he gets an 807.
Yeah, it's also easier for the Gatot to stick onto a target than the Khalid, right? In terms of impact. The Khalid, you need that passive, you need there's a tornado, but for the Gatot, he just wants you to hit him and he'll hit back twice as hard. I think maybe a nitpicking adjustment I would have asked for is probably Nova's using his ult to really stop the dive, but it is so hard when you're dealing with Winter Crown, VMI. It's a lot of things for Khalid to cover.
It's a pretty dirty mess, but our defeated MVP, of course, going over to Mel QT. I think he played an astonishing game with how much these homing missiles were coming from him from every single angle.
And again, this is the thing about a draft with the Brody, right? It's a ticking time bomb, but more on you only have a few minutes until the opponent just has the better field of vision against you, right? You got to destroy those turrets as quickly as possible. This is why Brody is one of those heroes that actually prioritizes the Malefic gun, because you need penetration. You need to make sure that even if they do build defense items, you can deal with it before it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
It's a hero that the game needs to end before the enemy skill.
A reverse Layla.
It's a reverse Layla. Like, you're only good when you're ahead. If you're even or behind, the game is done.
Yep. It's just not enough. I don't know. As much as Brody has like, oh yes, I have some pretty impressive base damage, it just doesn't carry over into the ultra late stages of the game. And then you start to see is, unfortunately for Nako, I feel like he definitely had a rough one this time. Like, how do you get in? Every single time he goes in for at least a blazing duet, gets canceled out within the first 2 seconds.
Yeah, but in this game, it kind of feels like he's just fireworks.
Yep.
Right? He's there to
look at me,
make a lot of sparks happen just to get attention, and all of a sudden, you're like, why is the Gatot next to me?
Yep.
Right?
He's the one that softens you are, and then he peppers you. You're low, error comes in, cleans up.
Spits in your face.
Yeah.
Tenderizes you, really tenderizes you. It's nice and soft. Fortunately, that does mean that at least for Invictus Gaming, they're going to need to rethink how exactly they're going to restructure this, because I don't think they did too many mistakes in this
Yeah.
game. It's just, man, some of these scenarios are really rough to deal with. And especially when like most of the characters you see are basically at the edges of your screen 90% of the time.
By the way, I think actually the way that Zeke is playing is kind of how Ewan's played last season. When he got the Gata, this is kind of like how he plays as well. He flanks from behind, taunts instant AOG.
Yeah, I think this last fight was just brilliant from Vamos, right? Instead of funneling through that one lane, they split into a 2-2 formation.
Yeah.
So wherever Mel go, he's gonna get jumped on.
But I think that was a mistake, huh?
By?
IG, they should have stick to one lane just to like conquer something. Instead, they're like taking bits and pieces here. There's some comps you just gotta commit.
Yeah, I think the tough part was Claw-kun. Like when you have a Juicin in your backline and
Yeah.
you just, shine a lantern on you, it's very hard to shake that off. I think this is a very good separation of Vamos' formation, right? Like the Claw-kun alone is making Hazel second guess. Where do I go? And there really is no right answer here.
Yeah, he just, again, it's one of those simple mythical rank type deals or analysis of just do more damage. Have something that does more damage, right?
Should have killed them faster,
Kill them faster. I think, I don't even think that even if he had carry, this would have been still a pretty difficult game because no matter what, you just get outranged in a lot of scenarios. And I think that at least this time around, I don't have to worry about Mel QT. Now I'm a little more worried towards Yea3's matchup because how many times is he really going to get this Freya?
That honestly, like, I think his performance has been dipping quite a bit because at least yesterday we can say SRG keeps on ganking his lane. In this game, sure, maybe some ganks happened there, but it didn't shut him down. It shouldn't shut him down, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Yetri also needs to step up because this is the Paris, man. You got to be perfect.
There's no interaction. There's not much interaction in that lane, right? Like Paquito generally ignores you. Like you want to trade with him, sure, he will just clear the wave, bugger off. So he gets this neutral lane, but I want to see more, I agree.
All right, let's have a quick look. The fight for MSC is still here. Now, of course, we have a couple who is already qualified. Of course, it's TLPH, Team Falcons, Pro Esports, Yango Galacticos, Slango Red Giants, GK Esports, Guangzhou Gaming, and of course, True Rippers, all the way from the MLMs. And of course, there are still ongoing ones like MPL ID, MPL SG, which is happening right now, MTC, which is also happening at the same time, and MCC. So a lot of big names out there.
Yeah, again, the fight for EWC here is going to be intense. And I don't know, this does feel like going back to 2024. I wonder what kind of meta shift will happen. Because I remember some things happening in the advanced server. I just hope, as much as I like Hazel on the Red Ranges now, we don't see too much tank jungles during EWC. But, that's a problem during that time.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And maybe less Harif.
I don't know about that one. I think
I want less Harif and less tank jungle. And then it's good. I don't mind more fighter jungle.
No Harif, good for me. I just don't want to see Harif.
Really? Harif is just the only problem that you have?
I think it just makes it not fun.
I don't know. Because it feels real fun when you're playing on the Infinix GT50 Pro, my guy. Powered by the HydroFlow liquid cooling. No lag, just smooth gameplay, especially when you're dashing around infinitely in your Xamarin Force at 144 FPS with pressure-sensitive GT triggers, which I've accustomed to putting my Xamarin Force on one and the Chrono Dash on the other. Why? Because I can. Tweet.
I want to see Martis.
Dude,
That's so disgusting. But,
that would be disgusting, but we're going to be throwing it over to Poji first. Poji, what are you up to? What's going on your side?
Terima kasih rakan kasta anda kembali bersama saya Poji untuk satu remix call dengan Avatar Legend of Repo. Hello Repo, apa khabar?
Khabar baik.
So Repo. So kenapa tak 100% rambutnya tu gone?
Macam mana sebab dah deal dah Poji. Dah deal sebenarnya Poji. Sebab dah deal cakap kalau Vamos kalah itu hari nak buat rambut Ronaldo. Jadi inilah result dia. Ya.
Itu hasil sebab at first macam aku nampak macam Avatar. Lepas tu yang kedua nampak macam Ronaldo. Yang ketiga ingatkan anak panah GPS. Macam-macam ada kat atas tu.
Anak panah GPS. Ulang lagi.
Tahu tak arrow GPS ni macam turn left, turn right tu anak panah tu dekat dalam map tu.
Ini bukan arrow. Ini tahu tak ini apa di Poji?
Apa tu?
Ini panas.
kalah Vamos sebenar So okay. So hari ni masih menyokong Vamos ke Ripo?
Semestinya lah. Balas!
Okay, jangan menjerit Ripo. Okay, kalau Vamos kalah So
Okay.
dia jadi apa pula lepas ni? Akan habiskan terus ataupun auto jadi V sahaja?
Okay lah. Aku tahu viewers suka dengan challenge. So, aku nak buat deal lah. Okay, aku nak buat deal ni. Kalau Vamos menang, rambut aku warna Vamos. Kalau IG menang, aku buat warna IG.
Dia okay. Putih atau hitam lah? Maksudnya putih.
Ya, betul.
Oh, ya kan nak buat yang macam hair tattoo tu jadi tulis IG kat rambut. Macam shave keliling huruf. Jadi huruf.
Legging.
Okay, Ripo. So, kenapa yang membuatkan kau rasa macam apa-apa hal jadi Vamos tetap di hati? Boleh tak kongsi kenapa percaya Vamos lebih strong daripada IG sebenarnya?
Sebab sebelum ni hina Vamos. Lepas tu tiba-tiba Vamos buat kejutan. Ya, sebab tu yang macam what if kita jadi penjilat? kita support Vamos.
So sekarang in the mood of jilat lah sebab macam kalau kita ikutkan sejarah sebelum ni awak adalah pemain BTR daripada Indo yang kan dekat Malaysia sokonglah BTRM, rupa-rupanya sokong Vamos. So dia macam kejutan.
Lain, Indonesia dengan Malaysia lain lah.
Tak sama.
Sama tapi lain.
Okay.
Ya.
Jadi Ripo, pada hari ni kan kita nak tanyalah macam tadi Ripo dah buat janji kan kalau nak buat colour Vamos lah, kalau menang ataupun kalah dan sebagainya. Untuk prediction Ripo hari ni kan macam sekarang Vamos dah menang 1-0. So seberapa besarkah Vamos akan tutup game hari ni? Sebab hari ni adalah best of 7.
4-2 Vamos.
4-2 Vamos
Ya, betul.
Begitu yakin?
Ya. Kena yakin Poji. Kalau tak yakin kita tak potong macam ni Poji.
Jadi alright Ripo, kita pun tak naklah curi masa panjang sangat sebab game kena berjalan. Game has to macam the show must go on. Okay Ripo, anything you nak shout out dekat semua penonton-penonton, viewers yang ada dekat arena ataupun yang tengah tengok stream you, macam mana, anything to say?
Yeah. So untuk penonton dekat MPL, thank you so much sebab support MPL. Korang memang the best, memahypekan MPL. Memang korang kata kalau tanpa korang MPL nak jadi apa? Macam sunyi lah. Jadi korang kena bersyukur Korang kena shout out untuk korang diri sendiri sebab korang sanggup datang MPL, support MPL. To viewer aku, thank you so much. Harap-harap Vamos boleh menang 4-2 Vamos.
Terima kasih Ripo, bye-bye.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Terima kasih. Vamos! Ui, marah betul. Tapi itu sahaja calote kita sedikit sebanyak dengan Encik Ripo de Vamos. Dan kita terpaksa mengucapkan selamat tinggal untuk kita terus masuk ke meja panel nak bincangkan game ini apa bakal berlaku selepas ini. Jom.
Thank you so much, Boji. And there you have it. The words coming in from Ripo himself, now a supporter of Vamos. Hoping that they are going to take this all the way here. Boys, have we developed any newer opinions? Have now, with a fresh mind coming into this, like these players after their break?
So far, according to plan, no, Vamos still looked more solid than IG. But if there's anything that has changed my mind is that at least IG didn't look as shaky as yesterday, right? Just based off of game 1.
Okay, so then what's the prediction now from like, it used to be, oh, it's going to be 4-0, Vamos going to take it all, to now what?
I've always been looking at least 6 games, like 4-2.
6 games?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm actually Ripo. I think that,
4-0?
yeah, 4-2, yeah.
What? You guys don't want to go back home early. It looks like it might be a long day today. We'll find out because Vamos will be taking first pick and they got a 68% win rate.
I mean, here's the thing. If it goes all 7 games, I'm just gonna sleep here.
Honestly,
You've just given up at that point.
Yeah.
I don't mind 7 games if it's good games.
Well, let's see. We got a player call coming in from Claw Kun. A chance at redemption. Against IG in the past, we've always found it hard to close out games. They often managed to come back against us because we weren't clean in the late game. We usually had the advantage in the early to mid game, but we failed to fully capitalize on it, and we probably didn't know how to properly close the game. Now that we're meeting again, this is our chance to redeem all the past losses.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy losing to the same team 3 times in the same season and now having to face off for only 1 slot to Paris. I can understand the sentiment, but it just makes the win even sweeter, right? It gives them a bigger confidence boost with how they came back in Game 1, which is directly contrasting what he mentioned in the quote. Back then, he said they couldn't close out games, but they were clean ahead. In Game 1, they were getting dominated, but they came back.
And here's the thing, Vamos does not have any other excuse anymore because they face up against IG 3 times now. Right? They have 3 different times where they see their mistakes and they should fix it by now. And the fact that we didn't see over celebration coming in from Vamos, I feel like step 1, they already got it covered.
This is their 13th game, by the way, against each other.
The 13th game. As we jump right into the drafting phase, let's keep in mind the stakes are high, and whether or not this IG Kryptonite is actually true is up to debate. As we jump right in, random map draw tells us expanding rivers. This will be fast. This will be interesting.